Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Kaina Jumakhir. My trade S59570. So the company is Jangkun International Berhad. So the background company. So the first thing, Jangkun International Berhad is a public listed Malaysian company involved mainly in property development and construction industries. So the number two is Jangkun Berhad. So the leading niche property developer in the residential, commercial, and industrial segment. So the number three, Jangkun Sedang Berhad cover the properties development and the complete project. So continue with the revenue recognition. So the company apply MFRS 15, that revenue from the contract with the customers. MFRS 15 that related to the company with the Jangkun International Berhad this first thing in this consideration contract. So that to allocate the consideration in the contract based on the standalone selling price. So the number two, financial guarantee contract that company that recorded amount shall recognize less when appreciate the cumulative amount of income recognized in accordance with MFRS 15. So the number three, revenue and the cost recognition from property development activities that related with MFRS 15. The group involved in that more than one accounting period, so that the revenue from the property development activity is recognized over the period of the contract by reference to the progress toward the complete satisfaction of the performance obligation. Okay, the main revenue for this company, for the Jiangkun International Berhad, is by the property development and the construction, and the other source of revenue for the Jiangkun International Berhad is the rental income from the investment properties. It shows that on 31st December 2020, Jenkins Berhad operation with the construction and many residential project. On 31st December, the revenue record 80.7 million compared to 2019, 14.3 million. It shows that the revenue increased by the year from 2019 to 2020. So the first thing, revenue recognition by the company is the first thing, revenue from the contract with the customers, so that the revenue is recognized when the company certified the performance obligation by transferring goods or service. And then the amount the revenue recognized, the amount allocated to the satisfaction performance obligation. So the first thing is revenue from the property development that recognition revenue. So that the company recognized with the revenue from the property development, so that the property have been transferred to the customers, and then is measure the fixed transaction price agreed by the customers with the sale and the purchase agreement. And then revenue will be recognized when the complete satisfaction of the performance obligation. So the number B is rendering of service, that revenue recognition of the Jangkun International Berhad is by revenue from the service and management fees recognized when the service are rendered, and which is simultaneously received and the customer get benefit from the company. So under the render of service, so that a company have rental income, so that rental income is accounted over the straight line basis over the lease term. And then the second Roman is the interest income, so the interest income that recognized on accrual basis using the effective interest method. So the effect of that COVID-19 pandemic to the main revenue company, so that company Jangkun Berhad show that the revenue increased by the year 2019 until 2020. The company show that revenue grow the mainly due to conservation usage and the overall high workers during the pandemic. So that the director will closely monitor the current development of the COVID-19 pandemic and present the facilities and site work activities of the group and the company are normal and stable operations. Okay, this is a revenue statement from the annual report. Said the revenue 2020 is higher than revenue 2019. So that the increasement in the revenue was due to the company achieved sales take up of 192 millions compared to 2019 only 187.8 million only. So that it presented at 89.6% compared to 2019 to 87.6%. So that in my opinion that the company with Jangkon and Berhad stable population during the pandemic COVID-19 is in 2020. So we conclude that the company follow the accounting policy adopted by management is consistent with the requirement of MFRS 15 that revenue from the contract with the customers. Thank you.